Welcome back to another episode of We are back in Mulandir for some reason. So we got saved by some magic. I got teleported away. And it looks like a lot of time has passed. And somehow this Angar Arandir is with us. Somehow. Anyway, let's figure out what happened. So, charming as always.
Charming as always. But I'm fine. Just dizzy. What happened? I just remember Lacane. And my mother.
Your mother? You mean the Shaper?
Yes. It's hard to explain. She was in some kind of stasis when my father found her, and my father used her for his experiments. I don't know how to say this, but the Bloodburn, it was her doing. When my father died, she tried to call out to me by telepathy. That's what caused the plague.
Alright, I think his head wound is worse than we thought.
It's the truth, Iria. And Lacane didn't only want me to stop the Bloodburn. He needed me to lead him to my mother, so he could use her as a source for the Archfire.
Well, that's a lot to take in, I guess. But why your mother? You're speaking metaphorically, right?
No.
I'm not. She is my mother.
Alright, start over, from the beginning. What happened when you walked into that chamber? I'm sorry, but that sounds absurd. Utterly absurd.
Well, I doubt he's lying, King Regent. And actually, it makes sense. It explains a lot, for example, why he could activate the portals, enter Mulandir, and why he had this vision. Though I have to admit, it's not what I expected from our little trip to the Eye. Not at all.
How do we get out of that dungeon then?
Speaking of which, how did we get out of that dungeon?
Well, that's another story. But after that explosion, it was as if the skies had started raining fire. Lacane's soldiers panicked and rushed into the dungeon to save him. It must have also alarmed our troops who were waiting at the borders. They marched in and used the confusion to get us out too. I mean, at the time, the Purity still thought we were allies and vice versa. In other words, we got lucky.
Apparently. But why in blazes are you here, Lord Marshal? And how long was I out for?
It's just anger now. I think we've moved past the titles. And to answer your question, you were out for 5 weeks.
Oi.
5 weeks?
Yes. To be honest, if your vital signs hadn't remained steady, we would have assumed you were dead.
Which leads us to your mother. You mentioned something about Lacane banishing her into some kind of amulet?
Yes. He somehow absorbed her spirit to gain access to the Archfire. That's what my father always tried, and why he created me in the first place.
And I assume, by Archfire, you're talking about some extremely powerful source of magic.
Indeed.
The source of all magic. Yes.
So the theories are true. Well, at least now we have an explanation.
An explanation of what?
Well, the Harbinger has gone rampant. Briefly put, the Purity of Light has taken over almost all of Leonider. The Eye, Greyfell, Greykeep, everything.
Interesting. How is that possible?
Greykeep? How is that possible?
Well, phonetics.
They were already in the keep when Lacane gave the order, and we simply didn't expect it. It wasn't even a fight. It was a massacre. And yes, I know what you're about to say. But it's my fault, because I tolerated the Purity in the first place. And you're right. I've made mistakes, and hundreds, thousands of people had to pay the price.
And what about the Queen?
What about the Queen?
She's alive. The Harbinger knows he can't kill her, because if he does and word gets out, then he might lose the common folk's support. According to our spies, the Queen's Guard and the Purity have struck some kind of bargain.
Wait, so the Purity controls the keep, and the Queen's Guard just plays along?
Yes, it sounds absurd, I know. But the Queen's Guard first responsibility lies with the safety of the Queen. Whatever is necessary to protect her, they do it. Though I doubt Lacane's long-term plan sees the Queen at his side, which is just another reason to hurry.
Interesting. And Lacane is wielding the power of the Archfire now?
And he's wielding the power of the Archfire?
Some incredibly powerful form of magic, yes. And it adds up. He absorbed your mother's spirit, and it allows him to do the things he now does.
And why would the Purity start a war against all of Northander? And also, why? Like, he's so against magic, which is strange, but he has the strongest form of magic within him. It's weird.
But why? Why start a war against all of Northander?
To prepare Io for the arrival of Aonir. You remember that nonsense his priests always preach? How we're the reason that Aonir left us?
Yes. That's why they want to clear the world of sin and mages. Of defilers.
Well, it seems that they've spiced up their idea a little since it was taking too long. It's not just mages they kill anymore, but everybody who doesn't convert to their religion. Soldiers, women, men. They all get to choose. Join the Purity and accept the light, or be killed on the spot.
Knew it would come to this.
I knew it would come to this.
Didn't we all?
Be that as it may, your recovery couldn't be more timely.
Okay, am I still charged with treason?
What about the charges? Do you still consider me a traitor?
Is that still important?
What's stopping me from killing you? Okay, it is to me.
It is to me.
That's very honorable of you, Tahar. Given the recent events, your sentence has been lifted. You are pardoned. And if that is your wish, you can be reinstated as a corporal of the Northander army. That, and my apology, is all I can offer.
Oh, that is nice. So, you acknowledge that you made a mistake. Well, the thing is, he did what he did because he believed he was right, and now he does another thing because he believes to be the right thing now. So...
So you acknowledge that your verdict was a mistake?
I don't think this is something we should discuss now. We can talk about it later. Do you accept my offer?
I would be honored.
Good. However, we cannot make this official until Greykeep is reclaimed.
Of course. Now, Lord Marshal, how did even you get here?
How did you even get here?
Later, Tahar. I'll tell you all you want to know, but not now.
I also feel different. Oh, do I?
For what it's worth, the encounter with my mother also changed something in me.
Nope.
I feel... different.
Elaborate.
Well, when I awoke my mother, it did something to me. She called this the melding.
Less fancy words, please. What did it do?
Well, I think it allows me to control a part of the Archfire too. Just like the Harbinger does.
Finally, some good news.
Indeed. Anything that can help us battle Lekain will help. But whatever it is, I doubt it will allow us to stop Lekain with a thought alone. Or will it?
No. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly had changed.
I see.
Now where's my mother?
Since you saved me from the dungeon, what about my mother's body? Is she...
She's here in the Nexus. We saved her, but she seems to be in some kind of a coma. For a while we thought it was the same as your condition, but now that you've told us the full story, it makes sense. Her body is still functioning, but Lekain has stolen her spirit.
Okay, one more reason to stop him.
One more reason to stop him.
I was hoping you'd say that. Maybe we'll even get our chance sooner than expected. Lekain is marching towards us as we speak.
Come again?
He knows where we are, and he's planning an attack on the city. He might arrive today or tomorrow, but soon, which is why we need to...
And they are attacking already. One single soldier.
Lord Marshal.
Speaking of Nor...
The Purity. They are here, as you said. What are your orders, sir?
Put up defenses all around the perimeter and protect the Nexus at all cost. How many are they?
Hundreds, sir. And House Utran is supporting them too. Your sister is leading them.
Myra?
I'm afraid so.
Wait, you're saying that House Utran is working for the Purity of Light now? And they're led by Lady Myra Utran?
As I said, yes. It could be anything, though. Maybe Lekain forced her to comply.
Then make sure that she does not get harmed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. There needs to be an explanation for this. Either way, we need to fend them off. Tahar, are you able to fight?
I think
Not
so.
an army.
Yes.
Good. Then you're back in charge. Let's head out.
No rest for the wicked and rude awakening. Very interesting. Let's just have a little save here. And now we have ourselves an Archfire Specialization. From now on, all abilities can be upgraded to a 3rd power level. Also, you may choose one skill tree to become more to become your specialization, unlocking the following abilities. And in this case, oh, thank goodness, you can see the abilities that get unlocked in here. So we got Tamed. Enemies attacking you are weakened. That's a nice perk. Sacrifice a part of your health to summon a weak devourer. Well, it's a lot of health. Not just a part, it's like half of it. Unholy Totem. Summon an Unholy Totem at the target position that shoots void arrows at your enemies. That's also pretty cool. Both of them 6,000 seconds, but we all know it's not 6,000 seconds. So, Ashes to Light. What's this one? All corpses in target area transform into beacons, healing all nearby allies. And then we got Sanctify one. If target ally dies during the effect, he will be instantly survived or revived. That's a really overpowered thing. It's an area of effect even. Okay, target ally dies. So it's basically Sanctifying Field. Catharsis. Deal damage and silence on enemies in a target area. Ooh. This is basically Void Arrow. On steroids, kind of. Okay, what else we got? Elementalism. Ice Nova. Cast an Ice Nova that temporarily freezes enemies around you. If caster has Ice Might, it is removed upon casting and the freeze duration is increased. Then we got Armageddon. For the duration of the effect, meteors rain from the skies, hitting areas around you. Enemies caught in the blast are dealt massive fire damage. If caster has Fire Might, it is removed upon casting and the meteor's damage is increased even more. Wow, but Ice Nova can be cast every second, and it's of course willpower. This one can be cast every 5... well, okay, the cooldown is 15 seconds, but it can be cast not as quick though. Auras are permanently... yeah, a mastery of the elements 1. Get an aura that gives you Ice Might and Fire Might every 30 seconds. That's useful if you're always casting fire spells, but other than that, not that useful at all. But yeah, it's a nice one to have. Leadership, there we go. Creates food in targeted outposts or capital. Can be used every 1,800 seconds. I think this time the cooldown actually is that many seconds. Because why would they give you like the good stuff right now? But it's weird. How much is that? Divided by 60, so it's like 30 minutes, I believe. Wait a minute. Bada boom, bada bam. Yeah. 30 minutes. Same as this one. Create stone in target outpost and create wood in the target outpost. Like, these abilities seem kind of cool, but to be honest, I think I'm gonna go for something else entirely. Like, I need passives. Passives are cool. I'm not going for element. Like, meteor strikes are nice and all, but no. White magic, well, it is kind of cool and all as well, but I think I'm going to go for the Unholy Totem in here. Just because. Bam. So, now, how does it all work? It's just stitched to the end in here. Connected with all of it. That's neat. So it doesn't really matter where you start. You can select all of those now. And all of the abilities have now a 3rd level, which is great. Okay, what's the next one? All auto attacks apply weakened and silence. Auto attacks have a chance. Ah! So now it works all the time. That's neat. Detonates all corpses in the target area, dealing damage and applying bleeding to all enemies caught in the explosion. All corpses, and this one up to 5. Wow. A shower of blood. Okay, I'm still only at the 2nd one in here. What does that one do? Summon a group of strong walking corpses. Ah, no, they are strong, not just walking corpses. In the target area to aid you on the battlefield. They explode upon death or at the end of their effect, damaging nearby enemies. Sweet. And of course there's even better aura abilities. That's just great. The only thing that won't get better is the first perk in here that already has 6 stages. Or 6 levels, whatever. What about this one? Damage, interrupt, and silence the target. Okay. If the target... Wait a minute. And all enemies in his immediate vicinity. Perfect. Now it turns into an AoE. If the target is weakened or bleeding, remove weakened or bleed and deal extra damage. Nice. Now we finally got ourselves a good spell. Needy, needy, needy. I just don't know what the third one does. Like this one. Neat. I need an awful lot of ability points in order to trigger all of that. Unbelievable. Alright, now where am I gonna go? I have some other Okay, so those other locations, like the Nexus Core or something, I don't really get access to that right now. Bring the goblin. Leave the Nexus with Angar Arandir. Gather an army capable of defeating the Purity in Greyfell.
Will do.
And also, get the mercenaries. This mission did not go into the failed stage now. Of course. Okay, wait, what about this robe? Can I get another robe that might be more related to like black magic and stuff? I mean, most of the magic that I use is black magic. So... maybe the... all focus regeneration, all focus regeneration, all focus regeneration. Yeah. There is no... at least I don't see it. Yeah, too bad. Damn it. I don't seem to have the right thingy for it. Yeah. I need a better casting robe. So let's just go to the Nexus Core and check up on something real quick. So nothing in there. We can't interact with it. Remnants of the old got triggered. Yeah, remnants of old. Nothing happens there. Okay, understood. Good to know. So the thing you have to do right now is just exit the Nexus and start the defense. And once you do, then the whole thing just turns normal again.
Got it.
At least that's what I think happens.
Interesting.
So let's just quickly go to the entrance. Doobity-doobity-doo.
Will do.
So, Mulandir. Do I have to defend the... yeah, I think I have to defend the city. But where are they coming from anyway?
Blazes. Battle noises. They're already inside.
Oh. Uh-oh. But they're orcs. Enemy orcs. That's weird. Okay, quick question. Why are there orcs in the city? That's weird. And there's this exit, which for some reason is unavailable. Now. All of those traders are now available. Why do I get those notifications now? I mean... that makes absolutely no sense. Whatever. I think taking all of them out right now may take a little bit of time. So... and these are the science for some reason. Okay. Weird. Absolutely weird. Why is it that the orcs attack? Strange. Anyway, as I said before, let's have a little cut in here and do the defense of Mulandir in the next one. Till then, like and subscribe. Ta-ta.